Hey everyone, welcome back. So Hut 8 provided their Q3 financial results today. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to look at my numbers that I have here. We're also going to look at the charts here a little bit, and then we'll do some analysis. Okay, so let's get into it here. So here's our unaudited, interim, condensed, consolidated financial statements. Let's get into the first page here. So cash we have at 223 million, which is really good. Nice increase from the beginning of, it looks like, the year, where they provided December 31 numbers for that. And then if we look at digital assets held is 152 million. Digital assets and lending arrangements, so 111 million. So this is the part where they get, they get yield on it, basically, an interest rate on it for having it loaned out. So total is 490 million, which is really nice. I mean, they're doing a great job here. Look at total assets, we're at 651 million, which is really good as well. Huge increase from, obviously, the beginning of the year here. Unrealized gains on Bitcoin revaluation. So obviously Bitcoin price has gone up significantly in the past year and just in the last quarter as well. So that accounted for 92 million. So total liabilities and shareholder equity is at 621 million, or 651 million, sorry. And then let me see, what else do we have here that was interesting? Okay, so digital asset lending agreement, so that's what we discussed up above. So the company has entered into arrangements with third parties whereby from time to time the company may lend out a portion of its digital assets for a period of time. Third parties must return the same amount and type of digital asset upon expiry of the lending period or upon exercise of a call option by the company. In return for access to certain of the company's digital assets, the third parties must pay a borrow fee to the company. So we got Genesis Global Capital, which is one of them, and then you also have Galaxy Digital. So Galaxy Digital, I believe, is Mike Novogratz, if you know who he is. He's big time into crypto, tweets a lot as well, has a lot of good, is very bullish on Bitcoin in general in the cryptocurrency space. So the arrangements range from 2% to 2.25, which is kind of low, but it's not bad. I don't think it's keeping up with the rate of inflation right now, but as Bitcoin continues to go up, that appreciation still continues on as well. So as of September 30th, they have $111 million that's being lent out. During the 3 and 9 months ended September 30th, 2021, the company recorded borrow fee income of $740,000. That was in 2020, and $2 million. Okay, so for the 3 months, during the 3 and 9 months, so the 3 months was $740,000, and then the 9 months was $2 million, which is still really good. And they're making quite a bit on it, obviously 2% on that, $111 million right here. Okay, so that was good to see. Next thing that we wanted to look at. So Genesis, the company fully paid off its $20 million loan with Genesis on February 11th. So that was good to see. Surprised that they put that in here. It's so late. I think they put it in the other ones as well, but this is kind of just a breakdown of what's going on. What else do we have here? Okay. This, I was happy to see related party transactions. So for the periods ended September 30th, salary fee and other short-term benefits was almost 9 million right there. Share-based payments was 6.4 million roughly, which was also great to see. So a total of 9.35 for basically salaries and share-based compensation. And then comparing that to Marathon had 97 million on 51.7 million of revenue, which I thought was just outrageous. So I love seeing that. That's great. The company's doing great. I'm all for them having share-based compensation on it. Let me see what else was there that I wanted to show you. Revenue. Okay, so total revenue was 50.3 million right here. Cost of revenue, just looking at the site operations, was 16 million. That gives us basically a 68% net profit margin on the Bitcoin that they're mining. I got to figure out how much they actually mine, and we can divide that by the 16 million to get what it costs to actually mine one Bitcoin for them. We'll figure that out here in a little bit when we look at the data that I have on them. Let me see here. General and administrative expenses. So total general and administrative expenses was 10 million, which was good to see as well. And let's see, is there anything else that I wanted to just cover with you guys? I think that was it on this one. Let's take a look at the next one that they have here. Let's see if I can get it to open. Figures I can't get it to open. Let's see here. Oh, let's go to the next one here. Done. Hot 8. There we go. Okay, management discussion and analysis. So this is their take on it. So 870% increase over the period from a prior year period. So this was good. A huge increase, obviously, 174% from last year. Revenue from digital assets mining grew to $47.9 million for the quarter. Revenue from hosting line of the business was $2.4 million. I had them at 2.6 when I was doing my sheet, so I gave them a little bit more. But this is still really good versus the $0.5 million that they had here last year, this period. Let me see here. What else do I want to cover? Okay, this was obviously interesting as well. So as of November 10th, 2021, the entire fleet of high-performance NVIDIA chips have been received at Hut 8's site in Medicine Hat, Alberta, and 91% of the servers have been installed and powered up, with full deployment expected in the next week. The addition of the NVIDIA GPU serves to increase Hut 8's aggregate operating rate by approximately 1,600 gigahash, which based on current network dynamics equates to an ASIC hash rate of approximately 325 petahash. The NVIDIA GPUs are going to be mining approximately 1.8 to 2 Bitcoin per day, with an average power consumption of 2.5 to 3 megawatts. NVIDIA GPU fleet is the most profitable portion of Hut 8's self-mining operation, with an average cost to mine each Bitcoin of less than $3,000. So this is really, really good number here. Management anticipates that the full 1,600 gigahash will be operational for approximately half of the quarter. So when we do my calculations, we'll use that as basically 1.5 months in operation for the quarter. Next page. So they also purchased, we knew about this, that they purchased the 12,000 miners here from MicroBT. These miners are going to be installed starting in January with 1,000 machines per month and fully deployed by the end of December 2022, so we knew that. Also kind of interesting here was that they are also going to become a repair center for MicroBT ASIC miners, so that was good to see. That could also generate a little bit of income for them from that. What else? The company also continued to generate income from Bitcoin yield accounts established with Genesis Global Capital and Galaxy Digital. We already covered that. Let's see what else was there. There was something else down here. Okay, so Bitcoin outlook. So this is their interpretation of what they see as far as coming up for Bitcoin. So despite historical price volatility, management still believes Bitcoin represents a digital storage of value and the future of global digital money. Our conviction in the use of Bitcoin as digital store of value and international payment settlement system remains strong. Okay, so they're obviously still bullish on Bitcoin. And then obviously we have supply chain disruptions. So this is one of the concerns that we have with all the mining companies is the company purchases specialized mining and infrastructure equipment in normal course of business, which is delivered from China. Disruption to the company's supply chain could delay delivery of equipment orders, having a negative impact on financial and operational results. Global supply chains remains disrupted directly and indirectly as a result of COVID-19 and other factors outside the company's control. The company takes steps to mitigate supply chain risks, including transacting primarily with suppliers with which the company has a favorable history of performance. So those are all things that we already knew for the most part, that there are difficulties in the supply chain. And then let's take a look here at the charts here really quick on Hut. So here's a chart for Hut. It is now at $14.18. It's up after hours, another 22 cents, up 1.5%. It was up not very much today. It was kind of a bland day for all the mining stocks. Most of them were up only at 1% or so on the day. Nothing really stood out here. We still have only 4 analysts that are covering it, with 1 strong buy and 3 buys. The high that we have a target on it is 1589. Low is 874. We're obviously at 1418 right now on it. Institutions have also been buying in. One has sold a little bit of their position. So we got Harvest Portfolios Group sold 0.26% of their position on it. They still own less than 0.03%. And then we have Mackenzie Financial Corporation bought in another 48% change in value of their how much they own. So they're up to 0.0177. Exchange Traded Concepts also bought in another 13% to bring their position up to 0.25, quarter percent. Mirror Asset Group added another 7%. They're at almost 1% of the percentage owned in the company. And then we have BlackRock Institution Trust Company bought in another 0.635%. So they're at almost a little bit over 1/3 of a percent in institutional ownership. Okay, so let's take a look at my numbers here really quick. All right, so all of these numbers here are in Canadian dollars, unless otherwise noted. So here's Q3. I got really excited this morning when I saw the results, and they came out with the 50.3 million. I'll show you why I got excited. I had them at 50.3. Let me show you. I had them at 50.3 million down here, but this was in US dollars. I had them in Canadian dollars at 63 million. I got a little disappointed. I thought, whoa, I nailed that one really good, but that wasn't the case. I was off. Off by, well, yeah, I was off by 13 million basically from the Canadian to the US, or from the Canadian to their Canadian amounts. But knowing what we know now, we were able to figure out what they are actually mining right now. I did change a couple of things here. So I did change, let me zoom this in for you guys. So a couple of things that I changed was on the GPU miners, I changed those over to the 325 petahash, which they are converting over to Bitcoin anyways. They're not mining Ethereum on it, which is unfortunate. So they're mining Ethereum, paid out in BTC on that. So I changed that over to that. I also put that in at basically less than a month, or yeah, it would be less than a month being mined on it. So they came in at roughly 1.5. I had them at, for hosting revenue here, I had them at 2.6. I think 2.4 was what they had last. Yeah, oh, they had 2.2, so there was an increase of 200,000 in revenue from that. I give them an extra 400. I was thinking it was going to be closer to 2.6 million, but it's 2.4 million on it. And then here are the miners that we're mining right now. So it looks like these miners here might be getting turned off. I'm thinking these ones here, but in the quarter they had these miners here mining, which gets us really close to what they provided as far as what they're going to be mining. And then for the following quarter, we'll have basically all of, let me see, it comes out to be all of these miners here mining, with the possibility of these miners also coming in online as well. So we'll have to obviously monitor it. So right now, based on the information that we have, I have them at roughly 79 million Canadian dollars, which comes out to be 63 million US dollars. And then that's based on the information that we currently have as far as what they could be doing. But we just don't know. Also, we'll have to change. Oh, we'll have to change this to 1.5 because they're saying this is going to be 1.5 months of operation. So we'll do that now. So that'll kind of change my numbers here a little bit. So that'll change it to 76.9 million Canadian, 61 million USD dollars at the current exchange rate. And then this is with Bitcoin being at 64,814, which is a Canadian equivalent of 81,516. And then what do we have here? Oh, so they reported that they are, as of November 10th, 1.7 exahash. BTC yield is 2,000. That's the 2,000 that they have out for getting interest rate on them. And then they currently have 5,053. And I believe they mined, what did they mine here in mined? Okay, here we go. So they mined June, July, August, and September, 890 BTC. So let's see if we can do the math really quick. So it was 16 million roughly for the operational expense divided by, what do we have that? At 890 divided by 890. Am I doing this right? Let's see here. So that seems kind of expensive. 18,000 to mine in one Bitcoin. Maybe that's not right. We'll have to look into it as far as what they actually mined for the quarter here. Let's see if we have it in there in the notes. Let me take a quick peek over here. So let's see if they provided what they mined actually. Revenue. September Bitcoin price average 52. Net income adjusted. No, I don't see it here. Following a successful. Okay, I don't see it here. All right, I'll take a look into it, see what they actually mined for the third quarter. Sorry about that. I thought I had that information here, highlighted here someplace. But if they mined the 890, that would equate to the 16,000 cost on it, which is substantial cost. So we'll have to, I'll double check that and I'll post that someplace in the comments or something like that. I'll double check that. Okay, so based on this information, obviously Bitcoin stays where it's at. They have an 86%, was it 80? No, it wasn't 86, it was 68% net income on it. Let me double check here really quick to make sure that that was correct. There are too many numbers flying in my head, guys, sorry. Let me see here, where was that? Yeah, 68% net profit was what I had it at. So at 68% profit, that would be somewhere between my 50% of net using a price to earnings multiple of 20 and between the 75% that I have here. So this is the Canadian amounts, net income estimates in Canadian, and then these are in USD amounts here. Oh, I'm not showing you guys the stuff here. There we go. So this would be Canadian amounts, PE20 and PE20 for 75% and 50% respectively. And then we got the US versions of it here at 75 and 50. So they're right between there at 68%, it looks like. Okay, so if Bitcoin stays where it's at, we're looking at in Canadian between 1157 and 1736. And then if Bitcoin goes up to 100,000 basically US dollars, it would be 125 in Canadian. We're looking at 1408 and 2112. And if Bitcoin goes up to 150,000, it's going to be 1765 and 2647 for Canadian. And 200,000 Bitcoin would be 21 to 3182. And then obviously in US, it would be 920 to 1381. And then 1120 to 1680. And then 150,000 would be 1403 to 2105. And for 200,000, be 1687 to 2537. So we still have obviously a ways to go on it. It's at 1440 right now. And we have a current price to earnings of 45 multiple right now. So if we use that 45 multiple on these down here, let's just do that really quick here. What are we doing here? Oh, right here. So if we use the 45 multiple, we'll show you guys really quick how that changes things up a little bit. So we're looking at a high point of 39, 47, 59, 71, and then over here would be what are the 1.257? 20. So multiply that times 45. Then we're looking at 3780 to 5693, depending on where the Bitcoin price ends up at. So obviously a good quarter for them. I would say a great quarter for them. I think they're going to do great in the fourth quarter as long as Bitcoin stays where it's at, or if it continues to go up. But we'll have to monitor it as well. Obviously Bitcoin right now is at 64,740, so it's down a little bit. It is right now from, it had reached its peak at 69,000. I'm not showing you guys the screen. 69,000, and it's down to 64,000 right now. So we have a little bit of accumulation, I think, happening right now. We'll have to keep an eye on it, see what happens with it, but I think we are still good to go. A lot of people are still predicting that Bitcoin's going to go up to over 100,000 this year before we may have a little pullback. Which might be the hedge funds taking profits for the end of the year, and then we'll have another rally come, end of January, possibly February sometime, getting us above, maybe possibly $250,000 in change. So something to be mindful of. That's just something that's floating around in there. But yeah, a great quarter. I think they're going to do great. Let me know what you guys think of this, as far as predictions go and things like that. What do you guys think of it all? And as far as what you think of Hut 8's quarter. I think they did a great job. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, obviously, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Helps me out tremendously. That's all I ask from you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.